So based off of all of our conversation, is there like a practical like facilitation thing that like you think like would be helpful to share with folks who are learning or embodying this work?
I would say let people talk,
Mhm.
and and be silent while they're talking.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions or things like don't interview anyone. One of the things I do when I do my anti-racism work is I do this whole little exercise where one person tells their life story and the other person cannot say anything while that's going on. And I tell them that besides liking to torture people, the reason I'm making them do that is it's a very good way of doing outreach. Number one, for people of color, we not only don't usually get the opportunity to tell our story, but we're sometimes afraid to do it because our experience has been the more people know about us, the more they use that information to hurt us. So if you let somebody know, I want to tell you, I want to hear your life story, and in exchange, I'm going to tell you mine, which means you're going to have as much information on me as I do on you. And the other thing, reason why it works is that for most people in this country, not Native Americans, but for most people, silence is uncomfortable. And if somebody is talking and you're totally silent, they're going to feel uncomfortable enough that they're going to keep talking in order to fill the silence. And I've had people tell me, oh my God, I never meant to say that. I wasn't going to tell anybody that. And it's like, I didn't ask you anything. All I did was be quiet and you couldn't help yourself. And, almost nobody ever dies feeling like they've been listened to enough. So if you give people that opportunity and let them talk without interrupting, then you will learn the things about them that they want you to know. If you interrupt them, then you learn the things only that you want to know.
That was beautiful. Um, yes, that's so right. Like silence can be so important. And I think like within the
Mm-hmm.
context of many restorative justice trainings that I do, like I use the framework of motivational interviewing, right? Like
Yes,
open-ended
love
question,
that. Uh-huh.
affirmation, reflection, summaries, like ors, and then like you put like the body language on top of it. So it's bores, right? Like that's our framework that we use talking about like communication for connection. That's
Mm-hmm.
important. Like, and those
Yes.
things are great for eliciting the information that you want or that you want somebody to share. Reflective statements like can definitely help people like share things like with more clarity, but
Mm-hmm.
like silence is definitely welcome and very useful in many circumstances. Is there like a moment that sticks out to you of an example where that like really worked for
Um,
you? Like I know you
yeah.
shared like in like the way that you facilitate it, but like for
Mm-hmm.
you, yeah.
I was doing a workshop on the East Coast, and um there were people there from five different countries and a few um black people, from the United States. And there in particular was one black man who was, trying to learn this, but I felt like he was also really trying to heal himself.
Mm,
Um but he was also, kind of guarded. It was like, I'll learn this and I'll go off somewhere and, see what I can do. Um, and we ended up talking together, and I thought, oh, this is interesting. Let me just listen because he hasn't been talking a lot, and he, seemed to feel comfortable with me. And so I did that. I just was totally quiet, and he kept talking and talking. And I feel like he got to what was the thing for him is that he had been abused as a child. And at the time, this man was 48 years old and he had never told another soul on earth. And I thought, oh my God, you have been carrying around this boulder and you have never, and it was just, it blew me away because I thought, oh, sometimes this works or, and sometimes it doesn't. And it was like, this was like, oh my, and I feel like if I had asked him questions, I would have taken him off the track. I would have whatever. I just said absolutely nothing. And he kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. And when he said to me, I have never said this to anybody else in my entire life, and I'm 48. And I thought, this is what miracles look like. Now he has finally said it out loud. He has got to deal with it. He's got to, whatever. But to have been carrying it around for that long and, and never said anything, and it's like, oh my God, this stuff really works. It was an amazing aha moment for me.
Yeah. Well, you can listen to more stories from Tonya
Yes, I
and
will.
everything that she has to share about her journey with restorative justice, mediation, and all of this work on a full episode of This Restorative Justice Life coming Thursday. Until then, take care.